Okay, good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to Thursday, the 17th of November, 2022. All right, we've had not much going on really in the overnight here, not much going on. So, what the hell is that going on my phone? Okay, sorry about that. Just gonna get set up here. One minute to the open. So looking at the DAX here, yeah, I mean we're holding pretty high as you know at 14,345s. Relatively speaking, good CPI, good PPI data, and up we go. If we kind of compress this in a wee bit and maybe look at this on a weekly basis, you're seeing the pullback is healthy here. And I think we can go even further, 14,519s. So there we are on the open. Just going to have a look at this market. Bids in the book here. Coming on up to a little bit of a spot here, 1463s. Just take a little short off of that. Just see if this market wants to settle down before rallying any higher. Don't really have much data to work off of until 10 o'clock. But nonetheless, I'm probably going to flatten out there. Yeah, it seems to want to go a little. Yeah, there we go. New highs on DAX. You got YP Val at 14,410s as well here. So, good morning, George. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good, good, good. Yeah, so yesterday was a really kind of tough and crappy day. We were in very tight range, really, on equities in North America. Um, as you can see here, like, I mean, let's just get this up here on the spoos. Oh, sorry, just got my hotkeys on my mouse are not working. But either which way here on the spoos, really since the open, it was just this very tight range, really working off of the p-val down and just barcoding, not really going anywhere. It kind of feels like the market is waiting for a bit more, and also a bit of clarification around what's going on in the Ukraine with those bombs now reportedly out of Ukraine rather than Russian bombs. They were actually Ukrainian bombs. So, that's kind of a bit of a shocker, to be honest. We did see upside in oil because of that a couple of days ago up here. Then back down we come, and I think we can rally further up here on oil. But what we're looking at here is we are now flipping to the Jan 23 contract on oil. So we're just going to update our drawings here. Make sure we have the right levels. And just get some of these key levels right. Seeing oil up here. Oil on the rise. DAX on the rise. Gonna get the Euro stocks up here. Yeah, equity's doing quite well here, to be honest. Dow up 0.3, DAX up nearly a full percent here. Bonds up 0.15. So, morning guys, Bernie, Chris, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, just the volume has rolled on oil to F23, so I'm just gonna have to go through a bit of a roll process on my side here. So I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, as I was saying, a pretty quiet day yesterday. I mean, look at the Dow here. I don't think there's much going on. If you're on the longs on DAX, really prudent to take something off at the 14,410s level here, YP val. But yeah, on the Dow yesterday, bond on the rise here as well on oil coming to PVAH here. So yeah, look at this trade on the Dow. I mean, a couple of us on here looking to see if we can lift further back up, but the market very much kind of double thinking about, does it want to continue with the bull or with the bear rally? And right now it looks like it does. So. So something big coming today. Of course, we have Mr. Hunt in the UK is coming out with his sort of mini budget. So, is it going to be a Liz moment where the markets have a bit of a shocker? So we can look to cable here on that, right? So really important. Really important to know where we are contextually here on cable, right? This is GBP to USD. Well, this is actually the GBP index, okay? 6B contract. All right, so invariably here was the Liz Truss shocker. Down we go. Just gotta get my hotkeys back up. For some reason they're gone. Anyway, we can use just a regular old mouse here. All right, so here was the gap down, off to the downside, 1.02s really on the low. And we just spent really most of September, October, and pretty much most of November so far to get back to close that gap at spot 18.7s, right? And so we're back now to the lows of kind of, mid June. Actually, it was the lows of June to test. As you can see, that one, what's that figure? One spot 1952's taking offers down. I think a pullback onto VWAP and value high here. If we get that before we get Hunt detail from Hunt, um, I think should be good for a long there. But you know, don't underestimate the impact that this may have across the board onto things like bond, obviously euro, but dollar, and onto the equities markets. Don't underestimate that. For me, I'd be looking for the trade on the bond, on the euro. Um, so it'll be kind of that one time where cable does come in and drive the bus across its kind of correlated assets like Dixie and Euro, just for kind of a brief couple of hours. Maybe it'll start driving the bus if the market doesn't react well to this. It's turning out that maybe I said this already, the rockets that landed in Poland were actually Ukrainian rockets. And they're saying that these are rockets they fired as anti-missile rockets in defense, and something went awry and they killed a farmer and one other person in Poland. Also reading that the US is looking to send another 36 billion to Ukraine. And yeah, that's absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Can't even educate their children. Pull back a little bit here on DAX. Yeah, the adjustment on oil on the roll is negative 60 cent. Just for anyone on the team there looking to roll. DAX on the pullback. Zelensky, the marketing machine, on Bloomberg at the moment. Well, listen, he's got another 34 odd billion out of the US, or 32 billion, so it's oil to PVAH. He's being asked to clear up the rocket in Poland here, and he does not look comfortable about being asked this question. Look at him. Not happy.
I wonder if you still stand by that.
Thank you for this question. First of all, everyone has to understand that there were about 100 missiles that were launched on that day. And I'm grateful for the world for the support of Ukraine with air defense and anti-missile defense. But nevertheless, you can see what are the consequences and aftermath of the Russian war. This is not the first time that the whole missile, a piece of missile of Russia falls down on the territory of another country. Some time ago, the same thing happened. The pieces of the Russian missiles fell on the territory of Moldova, and it was aiming at Ukrainian territory.
Yeah, I don't
know what happened.
I don't think he's aware.
This time. We don't know 100%.
I don't think he's aware that they've come out this morning saying that they are actually Ukrainian missiles, because that data just came out very early this morning.
That this was the defense of Ukraine, although we are grateful for not being blamed because we are fighting against Russian missiles in our territory. But nevertheless, we have to be fair and honest.
You're lifting dollar
Until
down here.
The investigation is
Cable
over,
up.
we can't say what kind of missile or what pieces of which missile fell on the Polish territory. What we have seen, the pictures, the diameter of the hole shows that it couldn't have been just the remnants of the air defense. That's what the military told me. But again, I would like to emphasize that the most important is for the investigation to take place. Yesterday, we insisted for us to be part of joint international investigative group, and late at night we got the confirmation, and early in the morning our professionals will go to the site and will be part of this professional investigation.
Thank you for clearing that up. Since the summer, your military has made enormous
All right, we're going
progress
to leave
in
that there. Just be careful about shorting oil here. I mean, well, it depends on what your risk profile is, but really, probably the better trade is going to be buying the pullback here rather than looking, I think, for the shorts off this PVAH. Yeah, so on the data slate for this morning, 10 a.m. is going to be Eurozone core CPIs and headline CPIs. The headline year on year, 10.7, expected to come in higher than the prior 9.9. So this is going to have quite an impact on the euro. Now, if Europe is going to follow suit with the data set that we're seeing out of the US, and I think it might, you're going to be seeing a miss on that 10.2, 10.7 year on year headline. And potentially we're then looking at, I think we're actually going to see strength in the euro because, I mean, it's been so beaten up. I just don't know if people are going to be wanting to sell this down anymore. But I think it's going to be positive euro, but probably a lot more positive for DAX and Bund. So Bund. Yeah, I mean, I say that for Bund. Traditionally, it would actually come. Bund will come off if the data comes out soft. But I think it'll then just the dip will be bought on that Bund, and then we'll continue higher. Obviously, if it comes in hotter than 10.7 figure on the headline, you're going to be wanting to get long Bund and hold for like 142 spot 10 to the upside there. Morning, Ollie. Seeing the Dixie here, look at that. Just finding the P-val support and back up we go. Yeah, Bitcoin. Everyone wants to know about Bitcoin here. So, Bitcoin spot market, we're down 0.5%, and let's just check here. Yeah, I mean, it's not been a good week really for Bitcoin, because of Sam fried fish haircut and said the sloth crashing these markets. So, um, personally, I think the market's actually held up quite well. We've seen some seriously bigger volatility weeks and days than this on Bitcoin. So, we're holding 16,557s at market. I think it needs to find supports 13,920s. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think it needs to find 9,970s support in the mid of this range. What is this range? Well, really, this is a range put in back in 2018. So you see, it's kind of the low of January 2018, and the high of May 2019 is that range. So yeah, you see Bitcoin just trading within prior value here. Probably gonna just range around quite a bit until we get this information out of Jeremy Hunt on the budget. There you go. Oil now attempting to trade back above PVAH and just meeting with selling there. DAX back to VWAP. chair of Treasury Select Committee, Harriet Baldwin, is on Sky here, and Kay just asked her, "What? Why is the UK doing worse than the EU or the US?" Not one mention of Brexit. Not one mention. Hmm. Okay. Not much going on out here, boys and girls, unfortunately. Not much to report. Pretty quiet. Or are you gonna see DAX like trying to get back up here? Maybe a nice little short actually against the 368 or 63s. CVAL. Quite an old area. Short DAX 14,355s. Targets be WAP 14,324s and PVH 14,305s. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I read that headline yesterday about additional funding from the US to Ukraine, just it's just I just don't know if that's going to sit quite well with the voting public of the US. I mean, it's actually teeing things up for Trump, I think, to come in there and say, well, listen, we're going to cut this spending. I mean, just the amount of comments saying, hold on a second, that's taxpayers' money, and we don't really want to get involved in this war. All right, that's Lazansky done speaking then to a crowd in Singapore, obviously remotely as always. Chris, good morning. Hope you're doing well. There we are. DAX coming off a wee bit. So how did you guys fare last night? Chris, I saw you took something quite big out of the Nasdaq on the short side there yesterday. Pretty tricky day. It's quite tight action on the Dow. A little looser on the SPOs, but not lovely, not really that nice at all. And the Nasdaq was definitely the big mover yesterday. Nice trading. Was that looks like a short off of the open? Was that right? Certainly high of day. Nice range. You're selling the break of 11,785. Okay, yeah. More downside on the DAX. On the pullback. Are they? I'm just looking at that chart. Are those profiles? What periodicity are those profiles that you're looking at? Are they? Don't have the date range on the bottom or time range. Are they tick ranges? Oh, nice. Okay. 5:30 on the trade, right? Hmm. Nice. Fisherman waiting all day. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. This movement. Nice. Very nice. That's a 1% move. Nicely done. In the bond, pulling back here. Pulling back short on oil here. It's failing at the PVAH. Bit of size then on 84.28. So that's a okay, yeah. You got a you got a 5 period poor low on the Euro session on oil right now. Yeah, if you look at it, actually, you just spent like all this time here, just with Gandalf sitting there at around 83.80s. None shall bleed and pass. All right, Dax, coming in on -1 here, 14,327s. WWAP 14,324s. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. T1 hit on DAX. I was actually looking for 324s. Didn't get filled there, so I just took a 28. Looking for PVAH 14 304s. Gonna take 305s. Now, time is against me on this trade on DAX, really, with the CPI is coming at 10. So, don't know if I want to look for anything quite that big. So, I'm actually going to just take off the bulk of this around this 24s to 28s area. Shorts on oil now playing down. Targeting view up to 84.35s. Off at the PVAH. RPB short. Yeah, so really, there's not much going on. So when there isn't much going on like this, a couple of positions here, DAX, oil, really looking for the 10 o'clock data out of EU. I'm just reading some articles, getting up to date with what the market's going to look at in terms of print copy. What's the general zeitgeist in the marketplace, looking at some quick scan on the headlines on Bloomberg, reading some Reuters zero hedge, got Bloomberg TV up here, um, checking what the boys in the room are doing. Not much at the moment. They're waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting for the good stuff. Um, yeah, and that's really it. But trading is boring. It's kind of boring, Just took another little chunk out on DAX there. I'm going to try and run this down to PVH or better. And I don't think a lot of people are happy with that trading is boring, I think a lot of people just want the pure play excitement and the adrenaline and got to be in a position, kind of not the case really for me and for a lot of traders I know. Definitely not the case. But popular media will portray it that traders are just like complete adrenaline junkies, worked up to 90 all the time, and it's actually not the case really. You got to be super chilled, super chilled. Axe is going to be mad if you're not trading. Well, if your edge is serving you up some nuggets, no man, don't force the trades. Don't force the trades. Sneaking the elbow in on the pit floor, Chris. What's that mean? Sneaking the elbow on the pit. Looking at like floor trading shit, I'd probably be one of those guys who'd have a heart attack. I find it very hard to stay super chilled on a floor. Oil working out. T1's hit. Boom. VWAP 8436's call your mum. Tell her to cash it in. Bada bing boom. Bing bong. Done. DAX just doesn't want to really drop too much further here. Bond taking names on the pullback here. There is actually a bit of a gap there on the on the bond. The gap here. Gonna just back inside of here really. It has closed the gap, so I'm not going to highlight that any further on the chart. Nasdaq working its way back in here. We'll keep the DAX in focus though, and Euro stocks firmly poised here, waiting for the data. Firmly poised, holding VWAP, holding the line. Let's just get this back up here and do something. Oil now pressing down through VWAP, looking for PVAL. DAX putting in, well, really poor performance here, but gonna stick with it. So if you want to be able to adjust drawings on a Sierra chart, for example, um, if you want to be able to adjust drawings like in a group, for example, you just go to Tools, Manage Drawings, Multiple Selections, select all, and adjust, and then it's negative 60 cents on the roll here. So you type in minus 0.60 or 0.6, right? And then yes, and they move, then you go like that. Now I had manually adjusted that post invasion blow top there, but and I had manually adjusted this one here. So that's how you do that. So we're just doing that because of the roll here. Obviously, I'm just gonna tweak this trend and then extend that one again. Don't think we need to talk about the May high, May 2015 high. So yeah, that's how you do that. Real simple, really simple. So you see the sports coming in low of day around the 2009 low, back adjusted 83.70s. See that coming in? Great support last night here, great support, and then bang back into VWAP for the close. Lovely stuff going on there. DAX further pullback here. DAX coming up on T2s here, 14305s. Boom, T2 DAX hit 14,305s for me, 304s is the PVAH, and we're dropping continually here. Oil slipping back below VWAP here. Looking for 8407s. Anyone have timings for Hunt's release today? No. There you go. Benefits of living in the countryside. Some rabbits outside the window, just just flopping around. That's nice. That's about the most exciting thing to happen this morning. Pretty exciting stuff here. I don't think so. So let's look at the euro as we coming up to this event here now. Okay, so we're looking for CPIs now. I think we've probably been a bit lazy coming into this figure now, actually, because this is going to be big stuff here, right? I think there's a little bit of an apprehension in the market with traders that maybe we are looking at something similar happening to the European CPIs as what has happened in the US CPIs. And I think softening CPIs on Eurozone, it's actually probably going to be a strong dollar story, weak euro. But I don't think it's going to be that weak on the euro, to be honest. I think you might see a dip under the spot 03820s here, which is kind of these almost this treble top high here from the 19, 20, 21 of July and this year. Maybe a little bit of support to find there and then rally, I think, because the euro, it's had a hard time. I think there's a lot more value to be had in the euro, especially if the picture is looking better. I think a huge amount of risk is being priced into the dollar, and we probably do need to come off in the medium term quite a bit on the Dixie. Now, while we look at these market supports here on the euro 03820s, if we look, that might be a bit too conservative or might be a bit too ambitious to be looking for supports to come in that tightly. If we go over to the dollar and see where we've gone to in the dollar, even go out on a daily here to probably have a look at the patterns here. So there is this bear flag we've dropped out of, and we were in that bear flag for pretty much the whole year so far. So, we've fallen out of it now. And I do think we probably need a little bit of a pullback here, probably onto these lows. The 107 spot 52.71s area could look for a pullback to there before flopping back down through the 105 spot 8s, which is currently supports here. So really just going to let the market trade it out. And as always with the euro, you kind of have to be comfortable missing out on the event, on the data. And generally, if this goes driving one direction or the other, it's very hard to chase it. It really is hard to chase the euro because it'll just keep going. The range width on the rotations will be super wide, and so you're at danger then of if it pushes here and then you just kind of scale into a long, and it'll just take a little pullback, get you out, and then it'll keep going. So it's it's really hard to time it without having kind of ladder and tape reading skills. Really, ladder reading skills. The tape is pretty messy, and it's very hard to read the tape in real time over a big data event. So really, I like to be best positioned coming into data events like this. And if I'm not kind of handsomely on side, then I'm probably just gonna take the trade a little later after the market may say take a pullback, find supports, and then go. And I'd be looking for the dollar to be my guide on that. Waiting for, say, the dollar. It'd be nice if we just pushed the PVAH here on the Dixie over the event, pushing the dollar down maybe to that 1.03, and then look for the long. So I'd actually kind of be looking for a fade. But you need to be able to interpret whether the market is on for a fade or not. Like what we got on the PPIs on the SPOOs here. When was PPIs? Yeah, was it here? Tuesday PPIs? I think it was. Was it? Or Monday? Was it Monday? It was Tuesday. So yeah, here it was. There, so I think at the time there was actually quite a bit of a pullback in this candle before it then rallied higher. Anyway, so we're going to keep the SPOOs on over this data, because realistically we really just only trade the DAX in the European session and Bund. And I mean, look, I'm not going to tell anyone how to trade, but it's nice to see how the European equity markets are reacting to the news. But very much DAX is driving the equities bus globally at this time of day. DAX pretty weak on PVAH here. All right, in 7 minutes, we are going to do a pre-US, and we'll be going offline on the stream for that. Ollie, did you ever see the Chicken Town episode of Billions? Forget it, dollar bill. Chicken Town. I actually think that's the best episode in the whole series. Hilarious. Dollar bill's like about to start like a avian bird flu outbreak just to get his trade back on side. Do I use 10 ticks for 10 tick TPOs on the bund? I think I do. I'm not actually trading bund this morning. But I should actually over this data. Well, you know. No, I don't actually. I'm on 3 tick. Yeah, mainly because it's kind of a beefy product, and you kind of don't want to be. You want to have a bit more precise placement, and I think yeah. I just think you need to be a little more precise with a product like that. It's same with like Nasdaq. I mean, um, if you have 3 tick on the Nasdaq, I mean, it's like you need a big screen for that chart. If you're using 3 tick TPO on Nasdaq. But it's very precise, and the market does really respect a lot of those areas. Looks like Chris is using a 20 tick, which I could totally see that as well. I've toyed with the 30 tick on Nasdaq as well in the past. Well, he's using, I think, Chris, you're using 30 tick range or 20 tick range. Is that right? 20 tick range bars. Steve, good morning. You snuck in there. How's it going? The nice CVAH actually on Bund 139.68. Could be interesting. Ooh, nice. And that's confluent with PVAH also.